You know what? Today was a good day. It was a damn good day, if I would say so myself. I came back from playing soccer with my friends, which, by the way, it should definitely be called football, but we say soccer because North America. My team swept 3-0. You know, it was pretty fun. No bragging. And I was like, I promised my audience a video about Arlecchino, talking about her relevance with the story of Perinheri, which is a new book that came out in Fontaine. Very good book, by the way. Tells us a lot of things. And I decided to open up the comment sections and see what people are thinking, you know, gather some thoughts. And then I saw something that on first glance would definitely make my day worse, right? I saw a dude just flooding the living shit out of my notification box with 6 comments of the exact same copy pasta. When I first see something like this, my immediate thought is this is a bot. It's a bot, I'm gonna ban it, just get rid of the bots. And then I read the comment, and I realized that it's worse than a bot. And what should have made my day worse made it even better, because now I have content to talk about, and it's so funny. But let me give you the context here. So apparently, and I wasn't gonna make this video at first, but I realized that it seems that some people have misinterpreted some of the words that I have said regarding Arlecchino and regarding the book Perinheri in my latest video, which it's the video about the Angel's Egg and the Crimson Moon and Paimon and stuff like that, and the Pale Princess. Also, just before I show you the comment, I need to be clear. Not everyone who misinterpreted what I said is doing so on, like, to this stupid level. Most people are usually just saying it in a very innocent way. They just didn't understand what I said, right? And I decided to make this video in order to address it, just make sure everything is clear. But I really want to show you this comment because it is so funny. So let's get into it. Here's this Socratic, this absolutely Socratic prodigy of poetry and linguistics. Let's see what we've got here. So our brother here is saying, and by the way, this guy, again, I repeat, he flooded my guy or girl, it doesn't matter. They flooded my comment section 6 times with the exact same copy pasta. Unless it is directly in the Archon quests, it is irrelevant. It is so funny, it gets even better. Unless it is directly in the Archon quest, it is irrelevant. So let's see what we've got here. Enkanomia, irrelevant. All before Sun and Moon, irrelevant. The Pari quest, irrelevant. What else? The Mondstadt quest with the God of Time, the world quest, the first world quest you ever do, irrelevant. Any world quest in Leeway, irrelevant. You know what? I just realized something. Nehida's story quest, the one with Epep, the second one, it's not an Archon quest. So it's not directly in the Archon quest, so Epep is irrelevant. Epep is irrelevant. Okay, nice, very good. And then they go on to say, why should I care about some dumbass book you choose to read? Now you want... Okay, let me actually reread this. Why should I care about some dumbass book you choose to read? Now you want, no, demand casuals to be forced to read said book. So, okay, let me try and say this in the most cordial way possible and give them the benefit of the doubt. I never, ever demand anyone to read a book. This is obviously a video game. You don't have to waste your time on it if you don't want to. If you're interested, you can. But you have to remember that this is a lore channel, right? And again, I do understand that the absolute, overwhelming, vast majority of you guys are not like this. This is just a very special type of comment. And once again, it's really funny. Otherwise, I wouldn't be showing you this. But as a lore channel, my expectation, or as a channel that significantly talks about lore, my expectation is that a lot of my viewers are going to be interested in lore. So when I say something, I have to put the source of the thing that I say, and then I have to recommend the book, because the people who are watching my video are likely going to be interested in that said book because they want that information. So I'm not forcing you, I'm just telling you that you should read it if you care. Okay, cool. Let's get to the stupid part now. I would rather her story not include references that I have to sift through books to clarify. So this is very interesting because on one hand, this statement is incredibly stupid, but at the same time, it is ingenious. Because Hoyoverse as a company do something really bad that I heavily disagree with. They tend to add all of the interesting lore in books that players have to go out of their way to read, which is not good. And then the quests themselves, a very good example of this is Yaimiko's quest. Yae Miko's lore is amazing, but then her story quest was hot garbage. It had nothing to do with all the interesting things that she did throughout Inazuma's history. So I don't know why Hoyoverse does this, and I'm going to address this later on when I talk about Arlecchino, because I will talk about Arlecchino later in this video. Even Pale Princess and Six Pygmies was never required to read for quest. For what? Oh, even Pale Princess and Six Pygmies was never required to read for quest completion. Yes, you do not need to read it for quest completion. You get the book as a reward. The point of Lisa's quest is that you get this really important book that the Abyss Order Mage says it is very important. And I don't understand this type of potato IQ where you have a book that is so obviously saying something, trying to convey something that is fundamental to Genshin's world and history, and you dismiss it as something that is not required or something that is irrelevant. Anyway, same for... No way! Guys, I swear to God I never said that. I never saw this before. I swear to God I never saw this before. Same for Before Sun and Moon. Oh, holy shit! No way, this is so good. This is so good. This comment is a gold mine. It is a gold. I am so happy they keep posting. I'm so happy they spammed my inbox. If they didn't spam my inbox, I would have not seen this stupid comment. It is so good. So Before Sun and Moon, the parable of the tree, irrelevant to the story. The primordial one, irrelevant to the story. Who else? Let me see. What else? Before they had stuff about Enkanomiya and people eating flowers. Conria, irrelevant to the story. History of the Sun Children, irrelevant to the story. Okay, cool. Yet you demand people should have to read the Perinheri book. Again, I don't. All because you believe Arlecchino. What? No way. No way. Yet you demand people should have to read the book all because you believe Arlecchino is Perinheri. Okay, so this is the issue that I was talking about, and unfortunately this guy also made the exact same mistake. So I do not believe Arlecchino is Perinheri. I never said this. In fact, Perinheri might not even be a real person. That's not the point of the book. If you think Arlecchino is Perinheri, or if I am saying that Arlecchino is Perinheri, then three things happened. Either you completely misunderstood the book, either I made a really bad mistake where I completely missed the mark while explaining the story, or you're taking the book a little bit too literally, which, yeah, it's not, you're not supposed to do that. Man, imagine losing sight so much so that you have to grasp with this. So yeah, this is irrelevant. Okay, cool. So we got through the comment. The rest of it is a joke. It doesn't really matter. They'll spam a bunch of emojis like a 5-year-old kid. Let's clarify the main problem here. This is the issue that I've seen reoccurring, and I haven't seen it that much, but I've seen it enough to warrant making the video to clarify it. Perinheri, the person, the person, not the book, the person in the story, Perinheri, the guy or the girl, it doesn't matter, like the character. I do not give a fuck about Perinheri, the person. I do not care. He is irrelevant to me. He does not matter. The point of the book is to introduce the Crimson Moon dynasty of Conria. Perinheri is just a child from an orphanage that was operated by the Crimson Moon dynasty. And his story, where he has to crawl through a dark chimney full of ash in order to meet the divine gaze of a giant titanic eye, which is the Crimson Moon, that is what we care about. Because those type of characters, what this story is implying is that there are characters beside the all-devouring narwhal, beside the descenders like Aether Lumina, the primordial one, that came from beyond Tevat. And these characters are going to essentially be lesser angels, like I said before. Arlecchino has a bunch of angelic motifs. She is very red, she has a bunch of eyes on her design, so I highly suspect that she is related to the Eye of the Crimson Moon. Now, does this mean that she is obviously not Perinheri? Like, what kind of potato IQ do you have to be in order to think that she is obviously not Perinheri. It is so abundantly clear. But anyway, I digress. So Arlecchino doesn't necessarily have to be from Canria, but she is definitely related to that process, that ritual where they bring the children, make them meet the divine of the Crimson Moon in order to die, and then be reborn, which is, by the way, this is written in the story. Die and then be reborn in the fire of the hearth. And Arlecchino owns an orphanage called the House of the Hearth, right? She is not owns it, but she operates it. Sorry. She operates the orphanage, House of the Hearth. She is the director. And there is Piero in the Fetui. So it doesn't matter who brought her, but how she came to be. Now, I suspect that she is actually from the Canrian orphanage, if I'm being completely honest. The only other possibility is that she is a child who Piero found through that process. That's really the only other possibility that comes to my mind. Yeah, either Piero found her, or she is from the Canrian Crimson Moon orphanage. Now, are there other possibilities due to missing lore that we don't know about, which we will learn about in 4.6? Maybe. Perhaps her story quest might address this, which, by the way, I really hope her story quest addresses this. I really hope Arlecchino's story quest delves into the Crimson Moon, the Eye of the Crimson Moon, delves into the Crimson Moon dynasty. They would have to do something really big in order to make her story quest interesting enough to the point where they completely ignore Perinheri and cuck us all. Because I'm sure that a lot of people who read Perinheri are going to be really excited to learn more about that story, the events told in Perinheri through Arlecchino's story quest. And if Hoyoverse ignores this, which unfortunately they have a really good history of ignoring good lore in their character story quests, I'm going to be disappointed. Like, they would have to do a really big reveal that has nothing to do with Perinheri, like on par of actually a pep, in order for me to care. Now, the most likely thing, if I would have to assume, is that they're gonna do some kind of story quest about her and how she runs the orphanage, and about the previous knave, the previous harbinger, the knave, the one before her, the one she killed. If they do that and they make it well written, I will take it. You know what? I will take it. And this is the most likely one. But what I am hoping for is for them to at least address the Crimson Moon with Arlecchino. And once again, she is not Perinheri. I do not care about the guy who is called Perinheri. I do not give a fuck about him. He does not matter. He's not the point of the story. The point of the story, once again, is to show us the process of the Crimson Moon, like the ascension through the Crimson Moon, or the rebirth, whatever it is. So yeah, that's really about it. It was a really funny comment. Once again, guys, if it's not in the Archon quest, it does not matter, okay? So, world quests, irrelevant. Pari, irrelevant. What else? Let me see. I need to claim my daily rewards. The daily reset is soon. So, everything... Narcissus Kreuz, bro. Narcissus Kreuz adventure quest, irrelevant. All of this, irrelevant. Does not matter. Oh my god, such a stupid comment. Anyway. I do have to make a very quick, I do need to say this actually before I end the video. Please do not go out of your way and harass people who make comments like this. It's a waste of your time. Do not waste your time arguing or harassing people. It does not matter. It's useless. Just let them be, okay? And I also need to clarify something else. I completely understand that the vast majority of people do not subscribe to this comment, do not agree with it, and to anyone else who might have misunderstood me, not in the way that this person is talking, but if I did not explain properly that Arlecchino is not Perinheri and you did not understand because of my explanation, I apologize. I am sorry, okay? It's not your fault. I am not making fun of you. This is a very specific person who has been spamming my inbox, commenting, deleting, so I got annoyed. I thought it's a bot. Turns out it's not a bot. The comment is really funny. It made my day, and it made my day better, and so I decided to make a video out of it. This is a very special situation because they've been spamming, and I wanted to ban them at first, but I don't really ban people unless they're making some really weird pedo shit. Other than that, I'm lenient with bans. They have to be really egregious for me to ban them, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I am working on a Zhongli theory. I am also working on another theory that I'm talking about in my Patreon, so if you want to know what it is, you might want to check that out. Thank you all for watching, have a very good day, and I will see you in the Zhongli video when it comes out. Take care. Also, I might be making a free rent video very soon. Goodbye.